Redstone Investment Corporation is a Canadian-based commercial finance company. We provide working capital loans to small and medium-sized companies across Canada. Healthy business growth requires access to alternative sources of debt financing, and many small and medium-sized companies experience difficulty satisfying all of their financing requirements from banks and other financial institutions. Redstone specializes in providing alternative short-term secured debt financing in amounts ranging from $150,000 to $2 million and terms ranging from 3 to 12 months. These working capital loans are sometimes subordinated to the existing lenders and typically structured with either first or second charge security interest. Serving as a senior or subordinated debt lender, Redstone assists Canadian companies with additional short-term working capital until other more suitable long-term financing can be arranged. Redstone's short-term working capital loans supports companies requiring additional working capital for current growth opportunities, such as purchasing inventory, financing purchase orders, fixed asset acquisition, or refinancing real estate or equipment. Redstone loans are typically funded within 30 days upon receipt of all required information. Butcher Industrial Finishings Incorporated specializes in industrial coating from automotive parts, shopping carts to everyday appliances such as cooking range and washing machines. Butcher uses advanced technology for robotic coating with options for e-coating, powder coating, applique, and more. Previously, Butcher was a family-owned business and has been in operation for over 30 years. Butcher recently underwent a management buyout. Since they have no financial and operating history under the new management team, the banks deem this to be a new business, despite the original company being in operation for over 30 years. Bill Swartz, president of Butcher, was introduced to Redstone by a funding consultancy.
Redstone we found through my partners in the financial institution, and he'd known of them, and we contacted them after we had gone through numerous financial institutions for help.
As Butcher was family-owned, its financial statements were consolidated and did not comply with the requirement for bank loan applications. Butcher had different financing options, such as leasing companies, accounts receivables lenders, but in the end, they chose to initially work with Redstone. As an agency providing alternative funding solution, Redstone approved a 12-month loan to Butcher after evaluating its business operation. This bridge loan provided funds which were not available from traditional financial institutions to Butcher and effectively facilitated the management buyout. Thinking outside the box, Redstone's approach to business is different from traditional funding institutions. It helps borrowers overcome hurdles in achieving their goals. Redstone Investment Corporation looks beyond financial statements and evaluates the business by multiple facets of its operation, including management and organization. The loan extended to Butcher was approved in a short time and helped the company in seizing the opportunity to realize their vision. Bill recommends Redstone Investment Corporation as a reliable source of financing complementary to traditional financial institutions. Based in St. Albert, Alberta, Spider Beverage Company Incorporated is an importer and distributor of alcoholic beverages founded in 2008. With a focus in beer, it imports from 14 companies around the world and recently expands its business into brewing. The introduction of Hogshead Brewing allows Spider to be less reliant on importing. Spider required a facility from Redstone in order to acquire the brewing assets of a brewery to be able to create their very own beer. Redstone extended a loan to Spider, who injected the funding into establishing the operations of Hogshead Brewing. The financial statements of Spider were in notice to reader format. Typically, banks require at least a further step, a review of engagement-level financial statements. With sufficient collateral and guarantees from the company and principals, along with existing cash flow, Redstone extends a lending facility until the financial statements were updated. Brian Molly, president of Spider, discovered the services offered by Redstone via internet research, as well as word-of-mouth recommendations.
Yeah, we did a lot of internet research, and we came up with some contacts that we basically got a hold of, and Redstone got in contact with us after that and started the whole loan process in motion.
He noted the many difficulties when small businesses are dealing with banks, from long lead time in opening business accounts to complicated processes to take out loans, and found that Redstone's loan process was simpler and has a shorter lead time of 2 to 3 weeks.
What Redstone's value to a company of our size is that dealing with banks, obviously they are very anti-small business. They want to do nothing to help you.
The application process was also more straightforward with Redstone, requiring only interim monthly financial statements, business outlines, operation descriptions on cash flow, and a current financial situation. This expedited process allowed Spider to realize immediate business opportunity and take over not one, but 2 breweries to launch Hogshead Brewing into a larger operation which produces 100,000 cases of beer. Now, Spider distributes throughout Western Canada, including the 1,500 liquor stores in the province of Alberta alone. Brian was grateful to Redstone as the services offered by Redstone allowed Spider the chance to grow from a $25,000 investment into a $1.5 million business. San Michael Developments is a construction company with a focus for residential developments in the Greater Toronto Area. Their most recent project is a 7-story condo building in Richmond Hill. San Michael had an existing construction loan from a bank, and they needed additional funds to cover cost overruns and take advantage of an opportunity to complete the development. Mike Simontilli, owner of San Michael, heard of Redstone's financing service via recommendation by San Michael's company lawyer. Mike described Redstone's loan application to be less onerous and has less stringent loan requirements than banks, while allowing the option of second charge security.
The advantage of working with Redstone is they're able to offer financing that is really thinking outside the box, and it's not your traditional security that the bank is looking for. So they're really able to help us borrow the money that we need to finish the project without putting us offside with the bank.
This highly customized flexibility offered by Redstone was particularly important to San Michael as a complement to the existing but more rigid bank loans. This advantage offsets the cost of borrowing at a higher interest rate. When a construction project goes over budget and the bank loan is insufficient to fund the project to completion, development companies often find themselves in a tight spot, as banks do not offer extensions to repayment deadlines.
When we were over budget and we'd experienced a variety of delays, our lawyer actually introduced us to Redstone, and they were able to get us the money, the financing that we needed quickly and efficiently, and help us get the project completed in a timely manner.
Redstone assesses loan applications based on San Michael's current project and approved the loan, which allowed San Michael to complete the project on schedule.
My experience with Redstone was very pleasant. I was able to speak to the owner directly and meet with him and explain to him our needs and what we needed to get the project done. And I enjoyed working with him, and I would definitely work with him again.
As a non-bank lender, Redstone provides trade credit facilities, revolving line of credits, and working capital loans. We may subordinate our position to the primary lender, and our rates range from 15% to 24%, with lending fees in the 2% to 5% range. Loan terms range from 3 months to 1 year to suit the borrowing company's financing needs. Our expedited processing allows many loans to be funded in 30 days, and loans are open with 60 to 90 days advance notice, which, along with the flexibility we offer, provide a unique advantage to our client. Redstone provides various forms of financing to meet the borrower's financing needs. However, we do not finance companies in distress. as we require our loans to be supported by personal guarantees from shareholders. Many of our transactions are purely based on timing, where the bank requires complete audited year-end financial statements, but the statements were notice to reader or require review engagement. The borrower needs the financing immediately, while the year-end financial statements were being completed or to be completed within the next 6 months. Redstone also extends short-term working capital loans to companies requiring additional working capital for purchase order or inventory. These types of financing are challenging to secure from banks, as banks rarely approve financing for inventory or purchase orders for small companies. Similarly, banks and equipment leasing companies may not finance used equipment unless the borrower is willing to transfer the total relationship to the lender, and the borrower often is not willing to do so, and Redstone steps in to meet these needs. We work closely with fixed asset lenders or other financial institutions which have a slow approval process. Borrowers are then referred to Redstone in the meantime, and the loan would be repaid by the financial institutions when they approve the loan 3 to 6 months later.
Redstone Investment Corporation's goal has always been to help small and medium-sized Canadian businesses to be able to achieve some financings that they're unable to get from the banks. When you think of small businesses, the only options for financing in Canada are the banks and friends and family. But when those options are not viable, there are no other options for you. So that's where Redstone comes in. My goal has always been to be able to create a company that was able to help small businesses gain the financing in a short term that they required to be able to do what they needed in their business. We'd like to be your first option doing financings under $2 million for under 1 year in term. We aim to work with banks and financial institutions. We hope to spread our reaches to businesses across the country and across Canada. Hope to see you soon.
So business owners will tell you that capital is the key to success of any business. This is where Redstone comes in. Redstone is a short-term provider of capital to businesses. Redstone tailors its loans to these businesses. This will allow those businesses to purchase raw materials, increase inventory, which leads to additional sales. With additional sales, this helps the company grow and succeed. A company's success is Redstone's success.
Redstone is a short-term lender focusing on financing small and medium-sized companies to realize their near-term growth opportunities. Our service is a good fit for borrowers who require additional short-term liquidity to realize an opportunity, and our loan would be repaid as the borrower's liquidity improves over a period of time. As economic recovery is upon us, we will continue to be a valuable part in the Canadian business arsenal, focusing in top-up financing to complement institutional financing for strategic acquisitions and mergers. At Redstone, we are experienced in fulfilling funding requirements, which is unique to each client, to help our clients in realizing their business vision.